Car Cost Canada provides the dealer cost, a list of rebates, plus discounted interest rates. The link is in the description below. The fully electric Audi E-Tron is finally coming to North America. In fact, this is one of the very first Audi E-Trons to land in Canada. I'm on the West Coast, and the man who bought this Audi E-Tron has an ambitious plan to drive it from here on the West Coast all the way to the East Coast, Newfoundland, and back. He wants to prove that it can be done. Proof of concept of this all-new Audi car. He's doing it also as a fun trip, as a tribute to his late wife, and to raise some money along the way. Let's meet him, get in his Audi E-Tron, and go for a drive. Okay, everybody, this is Harvey Soicher. He lives in Vancouver. And Harvey, you have the very first Audi E-Tron. How does it feel?
Well, it's the first E-Tron in Western Canada. I mean, in Europe, of course, they've had them for quite a few months now.
Yeah, so it's pretty neat. What do all your friends say?
Well, they all want to check it out. They're all excited. They want to make appointments to see it.
So why did you decide to buy an electric car, and why did you decide to buy this electric car?
The main reason, about 4 years ago, I saw this documentary on CBC called Revenge of the Electric Car. And I was totally enthralled with, I've always been an alternate fuel kind of guy. Like I had diesel, I had propane, and the electric thing just seemed to really be the next best thing. And I got hooked on Elon Musk and his Tesla. And
so why not buy a Model X or a Model S?
I was totally for that, and I actually put my deposit down the first day that it was available without even seeing the car.
Oh, for the Model 3?
Yes, I was 80th in line
so
on
what
Robson.
Happened?
Unfortunately, my wife passed away last year, and we were all going to get the Model 3. She has a Audi Q5. I had a Touareg. We were going to just keep one of her car or mine, and
so you're going to have one electric car and then the other one.
That's right. And because of my work, I need something with more space, and the Model 3 is just not the right vehicle type of car. So the next option would have been the Model X. That's the only other.
Way too expensive.
It was ridiculous.
But this isn't not an inexpensive car.
No, but it's at least 25,000, 30,000 cheaper,
right.
For the same type of package that you would get.
Actually, I think the packaging on the inside is head and shoulders above what Tesla's offering for. Look at the way this is finished on the inside, right?
That's the other thing is that I did a lot of research, and there's a lot of people talking that the electronic part and the performance part of the Tesla was fantastic, but as far as a car is concerned, the build quality and just the overall appearance of the interior, the Audi I knew it was going to be, head and shoulders better. And the other thing that I really didn't care about on the Model 3 was the single screen. Mm-hmm. I really didn't like that. I was hoping,
and having to do everything through it, right?
I'm 65 years old. I mean, I know.
Never. Harvey, come on.
Yeah, but I like my buttons. I like to know where I don't want to have to retrain myself on how to drive a car.
Yeah.
And this has everything where I would expect it to be.
Right. So here's the thing. So unfortunately, your wife passed away. You decided to make this quite substantial purchase to buy an Audi E-Tron, and you wanted to prove that you could drive it across the country. So tell us about your plan. You just got this car 3 or 4 days ago, and in just 3 or 4 days, you're heading off across the country. So where are you starting and where are you going?
I'm going to start at Mile Zero in Victoria, work my way up to Port Hardy, take the ferry, the Inside Passage ferry to Prince Rupert, go all the way east to Prince George and through to Jasper, head south on the Banff-Jasper Highway to Banff and then on to Calgary, across the prairies, across the Lakehead, make a right turn at Sudbury, go down to Toronto, head east to Montreal.
You're from Montreal, right?
I am, so I have lots of people that I'm going to be seeing there. Je parle français, mais mon grammaire c'est pas pire, mais...
Okay, because I want to hook you up with some French colleagues there, so they're going to try to speak to you in French. You can practice on the way.
Yeah.
And then you're going to head down the East Coast and take the ferry over to Newfoundland, right?
That's right. So I'm going to go through Nova Scotia, and then I am going to be stopping in PEI to golf as well, and I definitely want to hit every province.
Sounds like you want to hit every golf course.
Yeah, no kidding. I definitely bring in the golf clubs, that's for sure. And then, of course, to Sydney, where we take the ferry to Port aux Basques, Newfoundland, and then all the way to St. John's.
So you're going to make your way back. So here's the big question, Harvey. This the range on this e-tron is about 330 to 400 kilometers, depending on how you're driving it. You're driving like 5,000 kilometers across this massive country of ours. How have you planned
It's actually
that out?
7,500.
Is it even longer than
Yes,
that? I thought
it
it was.
is.
Oh, it's 5,000 miles.
That's right.
So, how are you going to go in those sort of dead spots? You're not just staying on the main highways. You're diverging off those main highways. So, how are you going to do it?
Well, first of all, you have to plan it, and
If you didn't, you'd be crazy.
I've checked every route, and through PlugShare, you can see where all the chargers are, and there are some spots where it's going to be very, very tight. Fortunately, this car has what they call an efficiency mode, and where I need.
Oh, by the way, when Harvey picked me up, he had the air conditioning off. Like you
Well,
were,
I put it back on.
I know you put it back on, but I think you're going to sweat your way across the country.
If I have to.
So
it does. When you're a kid, there was no such thing as air
That's
conditioning
true, I
in
remember
cars.
that.
And you can have the vents going, and we can have the windows. You just have some cold towels if you really have to.
So with those sort of dodgy longer stretches, you told me something before we met that you're planning on stopping in inns and hotels and bed and breakfasts that support electric cars. Right?
That's right.
And I never thought of that. You're just looking for the public chargers, but you've gone to businesses that support this, right?
Well, because it's going to benefit me while I'm sleeping at night. I'm going to get a full charge in the morning, so I can start with a full battery and. Over 350 kilometers of range.
So is that what you're going to try to do a day? Is 350, or are you going to try and
No.
Do some fast charging and then continue on?
Yeah, a lot depends on what I want to do in that particular city. As long as I can get a charger that'll give me at least like a smaller charge with the difference.
Adding on to what you've already
I
got.
already had, then it'll be fine. You don't have to have a full charge every time.
Right. And this is an ambitious journey. And what made you want to do this?
Well, my wife and I, we were excited about getting an electric car, and we always talked about going to Newfoundland. We've never been there, either of us.
It's spectacular, by the way. You're going to love it.
And so that was the first thing. And of course, taking an electric car across, you're not paying for fuel as far as gas is concerned, I'm always loved a road trip, and she was totally game on doing this, and I didn't want to wait because I do want to have it as a challenge. I mean, if somebody drives, across the country now in a car, it's no big deal if it's gas,
Mm-hmm.
but in 1930, they've hardly had any roads to get across the country. So now is the right time to go, because it is a challenge.
Mm-hmm.
If there was high-speed chargers everywhere, then, well, what's the big deal?
Right. So and plus Canada isn't infiltrated with high-speed chargers like they have in the U.S. Doing this trip in the U.S., not as big a deal. In Canada, there's still long stretches. It's a massive country with a very small population, so you really do have to plan it out. Now, while you're doing this, you want people to follow along. So where can they follow along on your blog? You're going to put pictures and stories and some videos and things up.
Yeah.
So where can you go? And there's an added element of some raising some money for charity. Too,
That's
right?
correct. Yeah. Okay. Well, the name of the drive is called Mary Ann's Electric Drive. Mary for Mary, Ann, ANN, and then S for Mary Ann's electricdrive.com. So Mary Ann's
electricdrive.com. So I'll put the description or the link in the description below. So you're going to be posting, doing updates, and there's another app that's embedded in there that shows your electric usage and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
And then because your wife passed away last year, you want to raise some money. So what's the element there?
Well, 19 years ago, my wife had a ruptured brain aneurysm, and she needed a full surgery craniotomy to repair her ruptured aneurysm. And the surgeon that performed the surgery, it was emergency surgery, and it happened the same day. And he basically saved her life. And she was compelled to support research that he was doing on Parkinson's as well as other brain disorders. It's the VGH Hospital Foundation Functional Neurosurgery charity.
So if you go to Mary Ann's Electric Drive, there is a link there to donate. Right?
Yes, right.
It's all at Mary Ann's electricdrive.com. Good
Correct.
name. Should be fairly easy to remember. So are you nervous?
No, I'm a little nervous, but I'm really more excited. I just can't wait to get started. And
And
It's
is
gonna
this,
be
oh,
great.
wait, let's just get to the car for a second, because we're driving along in your beautiful Audi E-Tron. Is it what you expected?
It's what I expected and more. It's beautiful. I love it.
And your plan for this car, you're going to keep it long term? You're just going to have it for a few years? Are you going to be a doctor of the next new thing?
I feel that, you know, with any new technology, it's only going to get better. And so I plan to keep this car for 3 or 4 years and enjoy it. And then when either Audi or some other company, but of course, Winter and Audi customer are usually quite loyal, and I've been that way because Marianne had her Q5. So I'm sure that they're going to come out with...
They're coming out with a smaller one called the Q4.
Yeah. And that one does already have more range than this one, but I really like the size of this one. This is right in between the Q5
Well, it's
and
kind
the
of like
Q8.
your old Touareg, right? It's similar in size.
It is very similar, and that's the other reason why I chose this one. It's just the perfect size.
All right, Harvey, I think it's really, I'll say a few things here. Ambitious, courageous, and exciting, what you're doing. And I hope when you get to Toronto, the gang at Audi Canada is going to have a little reception for you.
We'll see.
I'll send them this video. They should. I think it's really cool. That's Harvey Soicher. Make sure you go to marianneselectricdrive.com. Follow along. You're leaving the very beginning of July for what, 9 weeks?
No, yeah, it'll be almost, but basically 2 months. But I'm giving it that much time. But we'll see how it goes.
Well, congratulations on your new car. Good luck, and we'll check in with you along the way.
Okay, thank you so much.
Car Cost Canada provides the dealer cost, a list of rebates, plus discounted interest rates. The link is in the description below.